Hey guys, welcome back to today's episode of Jafo Plays. I'm still with Melina. We're still playing the first trial, I guess, not adventure, trial of the
Mission.
Warhammer Quest Silver Tower. We are looking for the amulet piece from Hysh, which is this white wagon wheel looking one. Upon murdering him, we will receive it and complete our trial. Unfortunately, he's guarded by a few of his compatriots. On our last episode, we kind of took control of his brain and made him do a Vegeta-style Gatling gun and just and fireballs galore spread across the room and murdered everybody. That was pretty cool. I'm sure that's not how that was supposed to work, and I don't really care. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Screw you.
It wasn't one of the treasure cards in the FAQ.
There you go.
There were 3 of them in the FAQ. That wasn't one of them.
You are first player, so please take those, roll those, and make us suffer. Make us get some good dice rolls. Dub 3s, dub 6s. Oh!
You get a
okay,
1.
double 3s. If there are someone with 2 or more skills, nope. Give me a d6 die roll for a passage. Passage 2, passage 3, 23. It was then that the crystalline flesh of the Silver Tower did turn itself against the champions. Like ice spreading swift upon the skin of a lake, thick blue crystals grew across the exit nearby. None would pass this way now unless by shattering force. Roll a die, put it on top of the exploration deck. Don't worry about it. We have no exploration deck. Here's what happens. Roll a dice, put it on top of the exploration deck that is closest to the rune-marked player's hero. While the dice is on the exploration deck, the top card cannot be turned over. Heroes can attack the exit with its weapon actions. For each wound they cause, reduce the score of the die by 1, or remove it if it's already showing a score of a 1. What a wonderful thing to happen when we're done.
When we're in the last room.
Yep. That would be then our hero dice need to be rolled. That's good for me. I just need dice at this point.
I don't get to stun the room.
Then you better murder the room. You need to get some work done. Every 3+ still allows you to fireball though, right?
Yes.
Good. Then you leave the 1 for me and I'll just murder everything else. Why don't you clear out all the chodes? So roll that, hit him. Dead. And you get you get 2 XP, don't you?
Yes, I do.
1, 2. You get to draw 2. You get to choose 1. We do actually stop in the middle of our game, as it were. Did you get anything that benefits the Arcane or Swift ability?
I did get a Swift.
Nice.
Air Strider. So nimble are you that it is no challenge to spring over the heads of your slow and clumsy foes. Leap 2+, move your hero up to D3 spaces. You do not need to make a pinning roll, and you can move through any miniatures. If your hero is swift, move up to 3 spaces instead of up to D3. And the other one is War Dancer. You move with impossible speed flowing between your foes like water as you strike each one down. Once per turn, you can move up to 1 space before making combat weapon action. If your hero is blade born, you can do this more than once per turn. I don't care. I'm not meant for combat.
It's good for your Dark Elf compatriot, not so good for you.
I can now leap over all of you.
Sweet.
I just started jumping around the board.
Get it done. Anybody, I don't care. Murder, kill, destroy. Missed. Hit. For 2 damage, dead.
Yes. And
hit him. Hit. Oh yeah, dead. He's beginning to become the fireball. The fire guy, the fire guy, the fire guy. Okay, that helps. Stab blue horror. Missed. Stab blue horror. Hit. Does 2 damage. Pops him. Did you get your XP from that last one? Did I give that to you? I don't remember. Alright. Let me get that out of the way.
so
I go up 1, you go up 1. Brimstone 1. Miss. Brimstone 1, hit. Brimstone 2, hit, dead. So all we got left to do is biggin.
And it's his turn.
Sadly. Sorry. My nail ripped. I'm gonna clean it all up. You're the rune mark player. You roll his power.
3.
Mindstorm. The Gaunt Summoner moves as far from heroes as possible. Then the rune mark player rolls 2 dice and takes as many stun markers as the highest number rolled. They put 1 on theirs, then pass the rest to the left, who does the same. Continue until all have been placed. Looks like 2. We each get 1.
Like that works out.
Yep. And that's the end of the round. Player marker passes to me. I create a new destiny pool.
Dub 1s, dub 2s.
I create a 6. I'm worried about the 2s is all I'm worried about. 2s. 2 or more treasure cards. Pug shows up.
Finally get to see him.
We get Moon Man. Sets up closest possible hero with the most. Heroes cannot use treasure cards while Pug is in the same chamber.
Whatever. My treasure card is pointless.
If you step on Pug and capture him, discard a treasure card, or discard Pug when you draw a treasure card to draw 2 instead. If he curses you, when you roll a die for each of your treasure cards on a 1 or 2, he returns it to the bottom of the deck. So he eats your treasure. I really don't care. So roll for a hero. 3, 4. Okay, yeah, this will. Oh shit! I only have 3 dice. Why am I rolling 4?
Oh.
We're all cheating, kids. Oh, I liked my other die roll.
Right?
2, 3, 4.
I got 1, 3, 6.
Well, we're gonna do this. Boom. I spend my 2 to go there. Nope. And yep. So I put 2 wounds on him. Can I use that 6? That lets me hit him for a 3+ for 3 damage. Or not. Never mind, I'm sorry.
You get too hyped up about it.
You're right.
Whee.
Okay.
So what is it if I go step on him?
Step on him, you and I will make a die roll. If you win, you keep him, and when we roll for treasure, you get to use him. You get to roll 2. So the other thing would be it's just he prevents us from using our abilities. Oh, I get rid of my stun. So it would be a good to go get him, and it puts you in line of sight of the dude. So you go and step on him. He curses you with my 6 beating your 5, like the last round was. Roll a die for each of your treasures. On a 1 to 2, he steals it.
My amulet.
But then he leaves.
Whee! Shoot. Nope. Shoot. Yes.
For 2. That puts him to 4. 4 of 9. Yes, it does. And then he gets to go. Oh, that's me. He rolls that same Mindstorm. First, he's got to make an agility to run away from me. So 5, and he's got a speed of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, what is it? Roll 2 dice?
Yep. Whichever one's higher. We each get 3.
Yep.
We get 1 die this turn.
Yep, this is what's going to screw us over.
And it sucks that he can't be stunned.
Yeah. So roll for him. Roll for you. 3s.
I get rid of all 3 of them, correct?
Yes.
We got a 1 and a 6.
You discard duplicate dice from the destiny roll. If any 3s are discarded and any of the heroes have 2 or more skills. I haven't been able to get skills. My one's die. I'm using the one.
Hey, look!
Oh wait,
both of us,
you're up first.
both of us got 6.
Cool. Go. You're first. So.
I'm just going to lose raised. A hit.
For 1. That puts him to 5. You want to use that? You can use that 6 if you'd like.
No, you do more damage.
Okay. I'll use the 1. 1, 2, 3. I'll use the fake 6. Nope. I'll use the real 6. Nope. Get rid of all that stun for the turn. Go ahead and roll our poison so that he can restun us again. Go ahead. Oh, roll that 3. Oh, no. Put all of that there. Then, roll for each player, roll a d3. And that's how many shots you're going to make at each player. Well, so whoever you're picking, me, I get 1 shot. You hit me, you need a 4+ to hit me. I need a 4+ to save. I do not save, I take a wound. You take 1 shot as well. You need a 4+ to hit you. Of course you didn't hit you. And that's it. Yep, because that was an area spell. Yep. Roll. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
2, 2, 3, 4.
Well, whatever. I'm going to mortar boat time. Hits for 2. That puts him to 7 of 9. Hits for 2. That puts him to 9 of 9. Dead.
Woohoo!
That was on passage 57. Let me make sure there's nothing extra there.
I believe we get
the
thing.
Rune Mark player can take the fragment for completing the trial. And then we go to the beginning of the book to read Ending a Trial. Whether the heroes were successful or not, they must wander the Silver Tower in search of the Gaunt Summoner's next test. Amid its labyrinth corridors, that which has been learned may fade like a dream, while treasures may serve their purpose or simply be lost. Each player rolls a die for each treasure card. On a 1, 2, or 3, return it to the deck. On a 4, 5, or 6, you keep it. Let's start there. Trickster's Brew. I lose Trickster's Brew. Casket of Azir. I keep my casket. So did you keep yours?
I don't know. There was something that I saw about like ending.
Oh. Well, I'll go through this while you're looking there. Any fragments of the amulet are kept by the players that took them. If the group has no fragments of the amulet, each player must then discard all of their skill cards. If the players do not have any fragments of the amulet between them, its powers, or if the players do have any fragments, its powers will help them retain their memories. If they have 1 fragment, each hero may keep 1 skill. If they have 2 or 3 fragments, each hero can keep 2 skills. If they have between 4 and 7 fragments, oh, that reminds me, you gain 1 XP, which doesn't matter, and my D3 also doesn't matter, because I didn't get enough to level up. Okay. So that's that. So unless there's something in the FAQ, which we'll quick take a, I guess a. Did you find it?
Yeah, it's nothing really different. It's a big paragraph.
As per any at the start of the adventure books, at the start of the adventure, skills carry over, although you might need to discard some, and treasures might carry over. Everything else resets. You don't keep boons, banes. Familiars, magic is rather weak and does not last. Wounds, the heroes have a long time to have time to rest between trials or progress around the renown track. The tower only rewards them for the efforts while they're under the scrutiny, and any companions who are with the party of the trial wander off. They do not start the next trial with you. So there you go. More importantly, it clarifies extra stuff when you're doing this, because this is essentially a mini campaign. So we have our first token. Let me open up to the token talking about page. So, the power of the amulet. If you have any fragments of the amulet, you can use its power the power of each once during each trial to do one of the following. Heal D3 of your hero's wounds at the start of your turn before making your action roll. If your hero is grievously wounded, you set them up in the current chamber before healing the wounds. By the way, if you're grievously wounded, you're removed from the board, and you have to wait for your me or you to clear the board so that we can respawn.
So that just means you've died?
You've taken your 5th wound. If you take 4 wounds, you're not grievously wounded yet. But if you take 1 more wound, you are. Because even though you're grievously wounded and you don't roll, or you're fully wounded here, you could still maybe use Destiny Dice to heal yourself. Or, I might come up with an item like this that could heal you or something.
Okay.
Reroll any of the dice in your action roll before making your first action. Reroll any of the Destiny Dice before discarding any if you're the rune-marked player. So those are things that we can do with the power of the amulet. If your hero suffers wound but all their space is already covered, they're grievously removed from the board. The next time there is a respite, set them up with the other heroes in the current chamber with 4 wound markers still on the hero card. So that is that. That is the end of this adventure. I know this is going to go in the books, or on the books is a little bit shorter of a mission. I didn't realize I was going to be able to murder hobo this guy into oblivion. But again, if you guys know your Dungeons and Dragons, this guy is essentially a clothy, and I am like a heavy, beefy fighter. So usually those two parties don't go well together once the fighter gets up to the clothy. Wizards don't stand up against being poked with sticks, especially sharp metal ones. So this is the end of today's episode. Come back for the next episode to see us begin the second trial. We actually get to make some choices now. Let me take a look at the adventure book. So we can, since we don't have 4, because if this is your first, read passage 89. Otherwise, if your party's exactly 4, read passage 84. We don't have either of those, and we don't have the next paragraph, which is all 8. Or if you wish to seek your doom, it says if the party has all 8 fragments, or if you wish to seek your doom, you can face the Gaunt Summoner by reading passage 1. Otherwise, you must choose which trial you will encounter. You could face metallic horrors in the trial of Chaman by reading passage 60, or you can encounter life at its most profane in the trial of Girin in passage 87. The trial of Ulgu is shrouded in shadow. Read passage 74 to face that. Or would you rather seek the unquiet dead in the trial of Hysh in passage 47? Perhaps you are ready for a more challenging trial. The flame-wreathed pass of the trial of Akishi will test even the bravest of champions, and can be found in passage 67. Or you could pit yourself against the trial of Gur, hoping to conquer the bestial rage that surely lies in your heart, or at your heart in passage 18. Choose wisely. So it's pretty much choose one of those that you want to go for, and we go for it. So it would be...
Do we get to use endless spells?
No.
Damn.
No, because Nagash has not blown up the world yet, or the multiverse. This takes place during Age of Sigmar 1, not Age of Sigmar 2. So he's still concocting the explosive force of that. So once again, this will be the end of today's episode. On our next episode, we will begin our second trial. And as always, with a lot of our games, we may or may not have guest appearances. We'll kind of treat them as such. We'll let them come in. They'll affect that trial for the week, and then we'll move on. I can't promise people will come in, because we like to film at stupid o'clock in the morning. We started this at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. It is now like 9 o'clock in the morning.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
8 o'clock.
Whatever. It's like 4 or 5 hours of filming already, so we're good.
And we even took a break.
So, but more importantly, most humans don't like getting up this early, especially none of my gamer friends. So, that's that. I hope you guys are liking this series so far. If there's anything that we're doing wrong, as always, help us out. Let us know what we're doing wrong so we can adjust accordingly. probably by the time you see me telling you this, we'll have at least trial 2, if not trial 3 done already. So, but hopefully I'll eventually get to those and we'll get that comments updated. I know a few of you guys are really good at watching my videos and making sure we're not cheating, well, or cheating properly, i.e. using the rules the way they're written. That's what I got for you guys today. Make sure you smash that like button for me. It helps me out immensely. It helps me get closer and closer to becoming, I don't know, a real YouTuber, if that's such a thing anymore. More importantly, I need to get followers. I need to get content watched. So help me out. Watch lots of content. Watch lots of things. Tell all of your friends. Get them to subscribe to my channel.
Share the video.
Share the video everywhere you can for me. Help me out. Help me make this a permanent job so that I can bring more content like this to you and more games. If there are other games you guys would like to see, put them in the comments down below, and we will look into purchasing them if we don't own them. If we do own them, we will look at putting them out or putting them up for you guys to watch us play. Hopefully you guys like what we do, and we will see you guys on the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.